Hey everyone, TBM here, and I am happy to announce that I have over 100 subscribers. I was not expecting to get this far, but here I am! In celebration to this milestone, I have decided to talk about how I got into the Armored Core series and my goals here on YouTube. Just like a lot of people, my introduction to the AC series was back when the PlayStation 1 was brand new. I played the demo of AC1 with a friend at times. We messed around a bit in the multiplayer, would suck in the demo single player, and only knew how to color one piece of an entire AC. Fun times. When I eventually got my hands on the full game, it was everything I was hoping for and more. And I had a blast playing through it, no matter how bad I was at it back then. Skip forward a few years and Armored Core 2 has come out. That game was never my property and I could only play it in small bursts. But the bits that I did play were enjoyable to me, and I still managed to beat the game at least. But I was never great at it, as I remember using out-of-bounds exploits to beat the top-ranking Arena Ravens. But after this, it would be years before I even got back into the Armored Core series. For years I have not even heard of the Armored Core series anymore. Until at one point in time when the Xbox 360 was fairly new, I got my hands on a loaned copy of Armored Core 4. This game was extremely confusing to me, and was a cluster of information I did not get at the time. Plus I had a really crappy old small television back that time, which made the text really hard to read. So sadly I dropped the game series at that point. For a lot of years at that point I have not really looked up anything Armored Core related, only at times playing Armored Core 1 for nostalgia. But that all changed a few years ago. I was looking around at a local game shop when something caught my eye. I saw Armored Core 9breaker on the shelf there. I looked around for more on the series, but I couldn't find anything. I went home and looked up a review of the game, and also how much other games I missed out on. Even after reading all the negativity people had to say about 9breaker, something drew me to it, and I eventually caved in and bought it. Despite the game's questionably small amount of content, the game was a lot of fun for me. At this time I still had my old make bulky AC and put as much weapons on it as possible playstyle I had back from AC 1 and 2. I was at that time playing 9breaker with a friend of mine due to the game starting off with a lot of equipment from the get-go. It was at that moment I realized how much I missed the Armored Core series and decided to order Armored Core 2 because a friend was visiting from another country and I wanted to show him the game I loved back when I was growing up. But when I started to let him play it, I came to a horrible conclusion. AC2 was not as great as I remembered it. A lot of beginner's traps, badly designed menus, and also not that well designed levels for some. My friend was not having a lot of fun playing with it. I have after that though still beat the game fully and also the arena in it. But after coming here from 9breaker, I felt like the series must have had other games that could have been better. This time I started to get really curious and looked up information about AC games. At that time I ordered Nexus and Last Raven. When I first played Nexus, I was thinking to myself, man, this is the AC game how I wanted it. It felt like the best version to me and honestly felt like it did a lot of things right. After having beat Nexus, I went straight into Last Raven. This game was even better than I thought as well. But also, this game started to kick my ass more so than any other game thus far. This is where I started to experiment with the idea of having a speed-based AC, which is when the AC Latios was first created, which you can even find in this old video of mine. There's actually a lot more reasons for me to tell why Last Raven was so special to me, but I will be saving that for another possible future video. I have at this time seen Armored Core 5 and Verdict Day. I really am sad to say this, but I really tried liking this. But every video I looked up on this game, whether it be Let's Plays, just gameplay, reviews, a lot of things I looked up, but sadly, this generation of AC I was not able to get into. The more I started playing Last Raven, however, the more obsessed I became with the franchise. I had even on my Vita bought Last Raven Portable and Silent Lion Portable, both which were a blast to play. I wanted to play AC3 as well, but that game never made it to the European Vita online shop. I started looking up videos, reviews, anything involving this game series, and also for the first time I joined an AC forum for a short period of time. I was loving the franchise so much, I wanted more, so I got myself 4Answer, which again blew me away with how much fun this game was. In the meantime, that one friend I mentioned from another country has visited again, and I asked him to this time, as a final try, give Nexus a shot. He was reluctant at first, but eventually tried and wound up enjoying it enough to finish it. At this point I started to though come to a sad conclusion that Armored Core is actually a barely well-known franchise. I browsed around, looking for any sort of fandom of the series, and maybe in some way I could change something and make people love AC like I do. I even went around commenting on other YouTubers' videos hoping that someone would pick up the series. I thought about sending Game Grumps a copy of 9breaker with short simple instructions to have them use it for Game Grumps versus, or to send them Nexus for single player. Sadly, I do not have US copies of these games. I've tried contacting a few YouTubers that were growing with the idea of having them try out one of the AC games. I have left behind comments on some videos who talked about AC, and I wanted to get them more into it. But sadly, nothing I was doing worked out. That's when it hit me. I had 2 YouTube channels, one of them for gameplay videos and the other one for my creative side. On the creative channel, my main one, I uploaded a silly video of a replay of when I was still bad at the game and added TF2 voices to it. On the other account, I started to upload AC gameplay videos. At the time I did not really have much of a plan and just uploaded a bit. Also, I did not want to sign up to Google Plus at the time, so I was not able to reply to comments. After a while though, I started to put more effort into this channel and uploaded more and more AC videos. It is my goal with this channel to be a bridge to the people who are new to the franchise. Showing them either videos on how to beat some of the harder missions like Last Raven missions, or to show them simple commentary to show why it's fun to play the AC games. Of course, I also want to record some other games as well, which is what I'm doing right now with Soma. But my top priority on this channel is Armored Core, and I hope that my channel will make the difference. I know I was not around during AC's golden time, and I'm very sad I missed out on that. But I hope that one day this channel will help people into the series and make this a franchise that everyone remembers fondly. In conclusion, I want to thank everyone for subscribing to me. I will try my best not to disappoint you all, and let's hope that once they get to Armored Core 6 in the future that we will have our glory days back.